the century, but it was out of virtually nothing, wasn't it? Said at the time when he cut that long red in that Gary Wilson didn't spot. Sullivan's the best in the business at a lot of things. He's certainly the best in the business at making something out of virtually nothing. Gary Wilson sat down for the remainder of the frame. Sparkling break of 1-2-2.
Well, now we're back to the head shaking after he's missed that one. The mood can change so quickly here, can't it?
Yeah, he's just not absolutely dialed in with his long game, O'Sullivan. He's missed probably 5 or 6 balls he'd normally knock in. Gary Wilson is going to have to start punishing him if he's going to make inroads in this session. It's already gotten away from him at 4-1 down. The rest of the session really is about survival. Can he get out 5-4 either way? A tall order.
1.
But you have to feel 6-3, 7-2. The match is just about gone from his reach, Gary Wilson. 79% pot success just isn't going to get the job done against any opposition, far less O'Sullivan.
Seven. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 7.
Well, he makes just 7, so that's a reprieve for Wilson. Gary Wilson, one of 5 debutants here this year. David Grace is another one. He's 3-2 down to Karen Wilson on the other table. We've got Yan Bingtao and Zhao Yulong, 2 Chinese teenagers, and Noppen Sengham as well from Thailand.
Yes, his eyes just went to the crowd there. I think something, just probably a little bit of movement put him off, which is quite a common thing at the Crucible, with a crowd in close proximity to the table. He's not happy with his long game, isn't he? You can just tell. It's the facial expressions after each miss. He's almost as if he's searching for his form out there.
Seven. Eight.
Didn't anticipate as much of a deep screw off the second red, but still decent on the brown. Just that red next to the black is just causing him a few problems right now, Gary Wilson. The black's not on the position it is. The brown going on the pink spot helps him. And he's actually, in a few shots' time, that red that he's just pushed towards the black might just help him.
30. Eighteen. Gary Wilson, 18.
Well, that all went wrong pretty suddenly in a couple of shots. And that's the thing here, even if O'Sullivan gets a bit down on his own performance, you've only got to play better than your opponent. And if your opponent's struggling and you're playing reasonable stuff, you're going to win.
One.
Yeah, that's a good point, Dave. I think actually the only guy who thinks O'Sullivan's B game is that bad is him. His B game is actually an incredibly good standard.
There's two great pots there. I think the thing with O'Sullivan is he was so good when he was young. He was absolutely flying when he was young.
5.
And he just kind of almost expected to carry on that way, and spent a lot of time looking back at that performance and that time in his life, wishing things were that sort of easy again. But he knows as well as anyone, snooker's not an easy game at all, and sometimes you are going to struggle a bit. You've got to dig deep, which he's done this season as he powers into the reds.
Yeah, he's unlucky there. Unless he can get through to the red,
11.
the middle one of the three, then he's just all right. But I think he actually can. If he can get through that, he can easily get up. Had to play a forcing shot. That's why I was saying that he couldn't get up top side of the table
12.
playing the low red. So it's end the break once again. Just frustration. Deep breath. But as you rightly say, Dave, some days this game is just difficult, just by the way the balls run, simple as that.
Well, certainly at the World Championship, you've got to win 71 frames to be champion, so it's not all going to be centuries. There's going to be a lot of frames that you kind of forget about by the end of the tournament, but are important. Mark Selby won a lot of them last year. He really did.
O'Sullivan 12.
So 1 point in it in this 6th frame. 4-1 to O'Sullivan, so if he does win it, then 5-1, guaranteed to be in front coming back tomorrow. So the pressure on Wilson at the moment.
Trying to find a way, and behind the green 2 or 3 reds he can play off. It's just whether there's a natural angle. Might have to just get the butt of the cue up in the air, try and manufacture some sort of angle.
Well, a lot of the people here have been coming for many years, and we know that because we recognise a lot of them. In fact, we know a lot of their names. That's how much of a family atmosphere it is at the Crucible. I saw Dave Jackson on the other table from Australia. He sits in the same seat every year in his suit and tie.
One.
Yeah, terrific pot that. Not altogether sure he actually played it. He won't be taking a colour on though. But can he slip in behind the green?
Bramble.
Off the brown? If he's not playing it, I'm amazed, because playing along the slate line as he is there is very risky, but he's played it. Oh, played it beautifully. That was a better shot than it looked, that one. Credit to the table fitters, because as I say, that cue ball was running virtually along the bulk, like the slate line. And doesn't want the gap, and he's found it.
Foul and a miss. Gary Wilson 4. One.
Wilson knows these are the chances that he's really got to take if he's to get back into the session.
Three.
Reminder, he didn't play on the tour for 6 years, so to get back not only on the tour but here at the Crucible is a great effort.
4.
Yeah, that was the trouble playing the cannon. Don't blame him for playing it, but he was always going to be hard pushed to be on one of those 3 reds. The one across the nap to left middle isn't very inviting, especially as I say, he's brought the other reds into play. He probably doesn't fancy it very much. Can probably play it as a shot to nothing, mind you. Either play for bulk colour or cue ball up behind the green. Oh, every credit. Brilliant shot. As good a shot as he's played in the match. Now can he put the finishing touches to this contribution, win the frame at this visit? A big visit it is too for Gary Wilson. Any aspirations have still been in this match. When they come back tomorrow afternoon to a finish, he has to win this frame.
14. Thanks. 15.
Yes, he's gone to his shots. He's gone for his shots, I should say, which is to his credit. Evidence with that red to the middle. You've got to believe you can win. You can't come here and worry about being heavily beaten. You've got to go for your shots. He comes in off the back
19.
of a very impressive 3 matches last week to qualify.
20. $27. $28.
Well, the black is frying ball, but he wants the last red as well to stop any playing on for snookers.
Yeah, it's important he knocks this in. Just put the frame beyond any doubt, especially where the green is. You see the green because it's
35.
in a beautiful position from an O'Sullivan point of view. Why he stunned it in, I don't know. Should have just dropped it in. Give the pocket every chance to accept the red. It's actually a very difficult shot playing it the way he did.
Well, he's played it like he needed the black as well, but he just really needed the red to go in.
Nice.
The red had gone in there, be 40 in front with 27 on.
Yeah, I think he's looking at pushing the red all round the houses here. Stun follow through, cue ball almost playing an in off in the yellow pocket. in behind the green, but he's worried the red hits the pink on the way round. A little nudge in the green's not a terrible thing, but Gary Wilson this is where he has to be careful. 39-point lead. At the very least, keep distance between cue ball and red. Don't make it easy for O'Sullivan to get a snooker. Oh dear, where's the cue ball?
Foul.
And has he left the red on?
That was incredible. It's caught the knuckle of the middle pocket, gone all the way down the rail into the yellow bag. And now we see the importance of Wilson not potting the red, because O'Sullivan can tie the frame now. Force a respot.
Oh, I'll tell you what an effort this is. That was a much better shot than it looked that black. And if this yellow disappears, it's looking very much like we're going to get our first respot of the championship.
Well, it would be a massive ball because it was looking for all the world like 4-2, but a chance for 5-1, which is a massive moment.
Yeah,
although the pink is in the bulk area, it's not. If you said to Ronnie, you've got to put the pink anywhere in the bulk area, that's exactly where he'd put it with his hand.
17.
Don't see this going wrong here. Guaranteed a nice angle on the pink. And the way he's played it is clever.
22.
Side cushion, side cushion. The last path of the cue ball's going towards the black, so you can't see him being anything but nice on it. Decided to play at 3 cushions. Needs a bounce here. But
28.
I don't want to put the mockers on him, but for my money, I've never seen O'Sullivan miss a black like this. And this type of clearance, this is in.
Certainly is, so we get a respotted black finish to this frame, and Gary Wilson had a chance. That last red, if he'd just rolled it in along the cushion, that would have been frame over. And it came back to bite him. Okay, the body black, that is a body blow for the debutant. Ronnie O'Sullivan extends his lead to 5-1. Okay, he's just gone to get, I'll tell him he's gone to get a coffee.
Quiet down, please. Thank you.
Well, Gary Wilson has suffered a real blow there, losing that frame on a respot after O'Sullivan needed a snooker. So 5-1 to O'Sullivan with 3 frames left to be played, and the danger now, of course, he goes into the distance overnight.